What's up, guys? We're going to talk about the good old misconception and myth, don't be nervous in sport, in life, in anything, right? This is a huge misconception because we're human beings, we're primal, we're supposed to feel all the emotions that come along. Now, since a very young age, we get labeled, we get taught to label emotions as either good or bad. Now, really, emotions are neither, right? So coming from my 22 years of experience being in the Olympics twice, being at the highest level in sport, having worked with multiple athletes across multiple sports, across multiple cultures. Now, there are some differences, right? The more Asian parents are going to be like, hey, there's nothing to be nervous about, everything's fine, why'd you do this, don't do that. There is a bit more strictness about it. There is a bit more, and the parents don't mean to do it, but there is a bit more of trying to put their values onto the child. And this thought is really quite poisonous. It's poisonous because it'd be like saying to someone, I'm gonna starve you for 10 hours or 1 day or 2 days, some ridiculous length of time, right? And say, don't you be hungry. There's nothing to be hungry about. Well, our hunger's actually trying to tell us we need to eat. Otherwise, if this goes on and on and on, we're gonna die. So the way our primal brain is actually triggered is we have a subconscious mind and a conscious mind. If I start yelling, everyone in the public area, there's not a lot of people, but let's say there were, they'd look around and they'd be like, who the hell is this guy? Who's this weirdo, right? Now that's a very subconscious thought. Now if I say to someone, hey, what's 2 plus 2? And they turn around and say, oh, 2 plus 2, 4. That's a very conscious thought. Now, for better or worse, our subconscious thoughts, they actually dictate about 95% of our world, right? Like, you could be someone who, you know, a thief. I'll give a thief, for example. A thief probably doesn't think there's anything wrong with stealing anything, right? Because his or her subconscious thinks that that's normal. Therefore, everyone else in the world is screwed up because they think that it's wrong to take what they want to take. Now, that's an extreme example, but a similar thing with society, a similar thing with society and parents, they don't know better than to believe what they hear from schools, from TVs, and the first thought is, what we've been trained or conditioned to do since a very young age is, when we experience any form of emotion that's uncomfortable, like pressure, like getting your heart broken by a girl or a boy, or, you know, getting into a conflict, that's a bad emotion. Now, when we're eating ice cream or, you know, a pizza or something really deemed as pleasurable, we suddenly conclude that that emotion is positive. Now, the thing is, most emotions, pretty much all emotions, they're not positive or negative. Success comes from more when you start to see those emotions as is, right? It's neither good or bad. Being a good athlete, being good at anything in your craft, whether you're a good artsman or a musician, whatever, because what I've learned from being good in sport is that it's the same skills that will help you get good at anything. So, back to the topic of pressure. It's something that we never talk about, but and so many of us don't understand it. You know, I hear parents saying professional athletes don't get nervous. It's like, no, bullshit. The better level you get, the more pressure you feel, but also the better your mindsets are, the better you're equipped to deal with that pressure that you have. Now, a young boy or a young girl just beginning tournaments, you know, competition, they're going to experience a teeny bit of expectation and pressure, and they're going to crumble because they're not at an age, or the most important, age is just a number, but they're not at an experience level or understanding level. There's screaming kids in the back, but they're not at an experience or an understanding level that they can yet process that little bit of pressure and deal with it. The most important thing is, just because you're experiencing pressure doesn't stop you from doing anything. You can still execute your shots very well. You can still be in the moment. You can still be focused on what you want to do. You can still be focusing on what the opposition team or the opponent is doing and what's been working against them. You can still focus on the now, on the next point, right? I'm not crying, I just have a little bit of, I think there's a cold going around in Melbourne. But staying on topic, right? Like, this is such a misconception, and it's quite dangerous because it teaches kids from a young age to go, oh, pressure's bad. What actually starts developing is kids go, okay, pressure's bad. Oh my God, the next match I'm playing, I've trained so hard for it. I'm playing a kid that I could win or lose against, and I'm super anxious. Like, this is very subconscious. And the reason this happens is because you got to understand our brain is very hardwired. Like, the reason why boys are attracted to girls, girls are attracted to boys, it's not something you can shut off. It's very primal. It's how we used to live in the tribal days. Now, if you're playing against another person who's at a similar level to you, you naturally feel as an athlete the need to conquer them. Now, you might lose, you might win. Of course, you're going to feel triggered emotions, adrenalized, on edge. Like, this is very, very, very healthy. It's a good thing because you care, and it's normal. Yet parents go around saying, it's bad. Oh my God, he gets so nervous, that's why he loses. No. When the way the pressure can negatively influence you is when you lose your presence, when you're not focused on the next point, and you just spend all your emotional energy and your time focused on why that's bad. You get in this negative feedback loop. I'm nervous. Oh my God, that's bad. Oh my God, why am I getting nervous? This means I can't handle pressure. This means that. This means there's something wrong with me. Oh my God, I'm more anxious now because I'm thinking that. And it's just this negative feedback loop. But this is how you actually deal with it as a professional athlete, as someone who understands how to deal with pressure. This is one of the biggest journeys I had as an athlete, how to deal with my own expectations. Because pressure is expectations. So, pressure, I'm feeling nervous, I'm feeling anxious. You can even reframe that. I'm feeling triggered, I'm feeling excited. Yes, maybe I'm a bit scared. You want to admit whatever emotions you have because it removes the power of it, the negative and the positive powers of it, right? I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling adrenalized. Great. What am I going to do to win this next point? See how I focus right in the present? I accept the emotion of I'm nervous, I'm excited, I'm whatever. Okay, what am I going to, I move on from it, right? This is how the best athletes are dealing with this pressure. So first step for most people who don't understand that pressure is actually a really good thing is to understand that it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. When you start to see this as a bad thing, you start to get in this negative loop. And let's be honest, guys, school doesn't teach us how to deal with it. Most coaches don't teach us how to deal with it. Parents definitely don't teach us how to deal with it. That's because most people in the world don't understand how to deal with it themselves, because it's a hard construct to understand. It's hard to understand how our mind works. Therefore, you don't have many people that can actually teach it. Now, this is a huge reason why I'm doing this, because I believe strongly in changing people for the better, understanding how this actually works. And also, people need to get better at dealing with this. There's just so many athletes that don't perform up to the level that they can, purely because they let their mindsets and the way they view emotions hold them back. When really, all of us are human beings that are limitless. We can achieve anything we put our mind to, so long as we believe it. Most things, let's be realistic, most of us can achieve a lot more than we actually think that we can. We just think there's our cap because someone told us so, our parents, our siblings, society, wherever, and we limit ourselves to that. And most humans, pretty much every human being, doesn't actually fulfill his or her potential for reasons like this. Now, I could go on and on and on, but let's leave today's topic at there. So understand going forward as an athlete or as any sort of performer, whether you're a musician, a public speaker, whatever, understand that pressure is a privilege because it signifies that you care. It signifies that you're someone who would take action and you know, do the training needed to get good at something. It signifies so many good things, yet we neglect that, and we choose to say, because it feels bad in the moment and it causes a certain physical and chemical reaction in our body, it must be bad. But really, there are so many positives behind it, and the negatives aren't actually negatives. So going forward, realize that, and realize that it doesn't stop you from doing anything that you put your mind to. Guys, peace out. Follow my Instagram for more snippets of cool content like this. Let me know what you want to see more of. Being a two-time Olympian, Australian #1, someone who's reached 61 in the world at table tennis, I know what it takes to get really good at sport. Like, I'm not going to be the person that teaches you how to hit a tennis forehand or a tennis serve, but I can certainly, it's the same concepts, teaching you how to overcome the tough moments in sport, how to deal with pressure, how to deal with adversity. I'm all about that. So how to deal with loss, how to deal with adversity, how to deal with pressure, any sort of mental construct. I love talking about this. I want to help you guys. So let me know what you would like to see in the comment section. And if you like this video, feel free to share it. Please do share it, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll keep in touch.